Alright, so this is part two to the other joint. Sorry, man. I didn't have my phone on Do Not Disturb, man. When people call it, it cuts my videos. I need another way. Alright, so, I was just saying that Christians today sometimes still say Yahshua or Yesh, like they try to be cute about the Hebrew stuff, but then that's all they go. They stop there and they don't actually go into the lineage or the seed or the inheritance. They still are stuck on this I believe type of stuff, right? So you could believe what you believing in. If you're believing in Jesus, well, at least say his name accurate. Okay, so you say Yeshua or something like that, but then you're still calling on the same hijack. And we just broke down the Mazaca and the Turkey and the Byzantine and the Constantinople and the Constantine and everything and the invention that came through this Eusebius, this king of Cappadocia around the 4th century AD, which lines up with the Council of Nicaea and Constantine. This was the invention. This Greek mythology, this takeover literally killed the foundational legends. It killed the oral history. When they came to your land, they killed your oral history. The Roman rulers, the Christian expansion of Christianity, it all is the same seeds. They're intertwined seeds that were put here. Seeds were planted. You predate the seed. So get back to your legends. Get back to your legend, your foundational legend. Get back to your heritage. Even in the Christian Bible, in Revelations, it says that at the end, every gate, all the 12 gates that drop in the New Jerusalem, that's coming down like a bride prepared for her groom, and another vibration. See, Satan always puts the drop out there, just in case. You can't tell him he didn't tell you. He told you. Jesus was walking, he said, I only came for Israel. No Christian today gives a damn about real Israelites, the Negroes. You tell them the Israelites are the Negroes, they want to kill your ass. They just want to support the nation, the state of Israel in 1947 over there. You're saying it happened here, Peru's Jerusalem. This is Egypt, this is Jerusalem, everything is here, Babylon is here. But the land belongs to the Creator and his heritage only. So check out this drop again. So when you start talking Jesus, just count how many times he says Jesus and say, how come not one time did you call him the Creator? Because the Creator's going to ask him this, so I just want to be, proactive. He's going to ask, all this time you said Jesus is coming to save you. Jesus, and when Jesus comes, Jesus. Every time this cat says Jesus, think, why didn't he just say the Creator? What's so complicated about that? Why can't they call on the Creator? Why can't the Creator come save you? And then he says everybody's going to die anyway, but maybe one person will survive like Noah. Well, then Jesus is not saving you, is he? If the Creator destroys the remnant, did he save us? No. Is that a Mashiach? No. But that's your Messiah that came, was risen in 3 days, left his people in Greco-Roman captivity, when every other Mashiach has always saved his people and taken them out of captivity to freedom. Harriet Tubman was a Messiah. But now this Messiah leaves, he goes back 2,000 years later, we're calling on him that didn't save us the first time to come back 2,000 years later and save us. When the Creator says in Isaiah 43, there is no Savior beside me. I'm coming back for war, not peace. So count how many times you hear Jesus. And I ain't going to say nothing. I already said it. I got to change the diaper or two.
Not serious.
I got to change some diapers. So be my life of modern times. Ugh, I tell you. All right, here we go. Lego. I'll be right back.
I personally believe that Sirius, which is our binary star, every 24,000 years it comes to the golden age, closer to the sun and the earth. And we've crossed that plane on December 21st, 2012. And this is what's causing the awakening. We rose.
When? December 21st, 2012. The Maya told you that. So everything we're saying is in line. He's going to drop Jesus on you, but it's all Maya. I remember, you are the Mashiach. You're the Mashiachs of this earth. You're supposed to save it. Your order is supposed to save it. You refuse to wake up. So the Creator has to come and do real light work. And then we can reemerge in peace. But until he says peace, there ain't no peace, man. Does it look like peace on the news? Look up at the chemtrails. Is that peace? So he says December 21st. That's the Mayan joint. After that became the awakening. So they marked it right. It wasn't supposed to be some end of the world. It was a marker. After that, this kid named Messiah is born. Lex Will's dropping his drop. I'm dropping my drop. Everybody's waking up. They're thinking it's just like some general thing, but it has everything to do with the seed of Israel. Kwam Yashra.
It's above the ecliptic. We moved from Pisces to Aquarius, which is the number 6th sign of the zodiac. And we're in the upper ecliptic, which is heaven. And we moved from hell. And when you go to heaven, your government wants to contain you, Agenda 21 you, control populations. When you were in hell, they allowed you some freedoms. Now, you were still a slave, but now we're moving into the upper ecliptic, a higher conscience, an age of wisdom and enlightenment. That's what December 21st, 2012 was, the enlightenment. It wasn't the end of the world. It was the end of the world for rich psychopaths that run the world. Now, what you're looking at here is an Egyptian god called Anubis. And this is connected to Canis Major. This is the constellation that Sirius is in. So this is Canis Major. This is Sirius, same as Isis. Isis is Sirius. And I'm going to show you some evidence that subliminally they're trying to tell you. And it's out there. But directly, they will never tell you the truth. So here's the movie The Truman Show. And if you look at this, a star fell out of the sky, right? And it was called Sirius. Okay, and it was a blue star. Of course, Sirius is a blue star. When you look at the number 23, it also shows Sirius. And of course, here's the constellation. Right here. Which they describe as Isis or Anubis. And this is your pyramids, which is your Orion galaxy or the Orion belt. And this, of course, Sirius is in the Canis Major, right here. So, another sign. So let's look at the Visa logo. This is what they call the Vesica Pisces. The Vesica Pisces is a binary, the eye of Ra. That's what Vesica Pisces means. And you see the Vesica Pisces here in the Master card. Now, why would they have Master? Master in red. This is the Master Sun. This is the red and the yellow sun coming as one. That's more proof that the banking cartel or the Vatican, all roads lead to Rome, knows about Sirius coming every 24,000 years. Or Wormwood, or Isis, or there's so many names. That's why we're at war with ISIS. Because they have to have a reason to spray chemtrails, to block out the celestial stuff. They have to spend money on a fictional war. It's a fictional war. So they call it ISIS or L. L means sun. L, like Lexus, right? And of course you'll see Sirius tied in with Toyota. And you'll see the XM, which is the sun, and the dog star. There it is right there. Same as you saw over here. Watch. I'll show you this to you again. Sorry. Trying to get to this. But anyway, it's the dog star when you look at this. Oh, here it is right there. So there's the dog star, Sirius, or Isis. And let's keep going. Now this is your red, white, and blue. This is why your American flag is red, white, and blue. Here's the Orion Belt where the pyramids were, aligned up with Sirius. This is how they knew Sirius was coming. And of course you've got the blue star, the red star, and the white star. And that's your pyramid, the upside down pyramid, just like the Israeli flag. Let's keep going. Now we also have the Syrians. When you look up ancient history, the Syrians destroyed Babylon. And what is Visa? What is MasterCard? Well, that's Babylon. That's Nimrod building the cities of Babylon. That's your churches, your government, and your corporations. Babylon has been built. We are in the days of Noah. to where they built the city of Babylon. And of course, the Syrians, not a coincidence, destroyed Babylon. So more evidence. Here is Syria.
Assyria, right? All this fascination with Africa, you still got Syria. When you break down those F's and change those two S's, now you understand. They say billions of years ago. Okay. Then he's going to say that, it's only about 24,000 years ago. All right. Let's not get stuck there. Do you see the connection with the hijack? With everything that we said with the sinking of Egypt?
The dual stars. The binary stars. So there is a lot of evidence of this going on, and we went all through it. I'm going to show you some other stuff here. Let's take a look at one other thing here. Let's go through some pictures, and I'm going to go into I don't know what happened there, but I'm going to show you some other things. Let's take a look at the Toyota logo. Toyota's the big car company, right? The master car company, right? So here is the sun and the earth, and here is Sirius. Same thing. And of course, Toyota has, and Lexus has Sirius XM radio. That's their company. So guys, the messages are everywhere. And you could either pay attention or you can just stay asleep and become a sheeple. But this is one of the reasons when you have Jesus coming, right? He's going to judge the living and the dead in his kingdom.
When you have Jesus coming, he's going to judge the living and the dead. Jesus. The Creator says in Isaiah 43, there is no other God but me. Ain't that a good time to say, but my son's going to come and do all the work and judge everybody and do all that? Well, yeah, he's going to come with the keys to the bottomless pit. And you can be in that line where you do have to meet Jesus. Not Jesus, Jesus. Abaddon, Apollo, Apollyon. What does it say in Revelation? Was that 7 or 9? So, yeah, you're going to have to, he wasn't lying. You do got to go through Jesus. He just said Jesus is going to save us. But watch what he says next. After Jesus is going to come judge us, he's going to come save us. He's our Savior, right? Not the Creator.
So
not the Creator.
When the time of the days of Noah came, the floods and all the stuff, well, there was a reason, because there was a planetary nebula. It wasn't asteroids and all the things that they lie to you about. When these binary stars come together, it causes all kind of havoc on Earth. And the ancients called it the renewal period, right? So this is the time where all the living and the dead will be judged.
Renewal. You are being renewed. It's not about just random people that believe in Jesus being renewed. That they got to call on Jesus to be renewed. No. The womb of the earth is being renewed in its frequency. There will be no more division, no more firmament. There will be no more need to separate this heaven from the heavens above. It will all be heaven. Unless you're not vibrating with us.
By God, the conscience of the light.
Let go.
Right? And, of course, when you call someone Sir in the military, that's Sirius. Right? So he's the master God. He's the biggest star in the sky. He's the master light in our universe. And Sirius is the biggest star. It's the most brightest star in the universe. Something like 25 times brighter than the sun, and it's twice as big as the sun. So, and if you read Scripture, the Ezekiel wheel are the fixed signs of the zodiac, which is God had the head of a...
See how he said that? God had, it didn't come out like Jesus. You heard Jesus. I don't know how many times you done heard Jesus a few times already. Now he's like, but God. Did he say the Creator's name? Did he even try to say the Creator's name? Was there any attempt to care about what the Creator's name is? Or was it just God? Because he has a hard time saying God instead of Jesus. These people believe in Lucifer, and they're going to have to go through Lucifer.
In our universe. And Sirius is the biggest star. It's the most brightest star
Lucifer
in
is
the
their
universe.
savior.
Something like 25 times brighter than the sun, and it's twice as big as the sun. So, and if you read scripture, the Ezekiel wheel are the fixed signs of the zodiac, which is God had the head of a man, which is Aquarius.
Now, if it's the fixed signs coming out of Ezekiel, that means that the signs are for who? The children. The signs above the children are for the children, not for the world. Even Jesus didn't so love the world. What world was he in? This was a new world. They found this and said, a new world. Jesus so loves the world does not apply to the entire earth. It applies to the world that he's in, Judea. He loves Judea. He only came for Israel. That's what he says in Matthew. And then your gates in Revelations say there are days. In Revelations 2 says there are those that say they are Jews and are not. And then in 7 and 9, you got this Apollyon, this Abaddon coming to get these keys to the bottomless pit. That's wormwood. That's this star. That's what he's talking about.
He had the head of the bull, and he had the head of the eagle, and he had the head of the lion. That is the fixed signs of the cross, of the zodiac. And that's the real cross.
The real cross. That's the cross.
So,
that's Babylon. That's the cross.
You can tell how my computer just freezes all of a sudden.
Gotta get that back.
This happens to me all the time because I do video.
He just gave you the drop. He said that's the real cross, and he believes in a different cross. How can he say that's the real cross and then give you a different cross and say Jesus? That's the real cross. That's Babylon. That's what they're worshiping with the cross. Let go. I had to bring my little guy out here. He's chilling. We on the balcony, man. We kicking that drop together. Ain't that right, Jacob? Yeah, quiet. Let go. That's the real cross, right? Let's get it again.
Head of the eagle, and he had the head of the lion. That is the fixed signs of the cross, of the zodiac. And that's the real cross.
The fixed signs of the cross or the real zodiac, that's the real cross. Let's get it one more time. Yeah, quiet. Yeah, what you doing? Don't jam me out, man. I'll put you back to bed, man.
And he had the head of the eagle, and he had the head of the lion. That is the fixed signs of the cross, of the zodiac. And that's the real cross.
Boom.
That they worship.
That you worship.
So, and you can tell how my computer just freezes all of a sudden.
Because you're wrong, man. You're wrong.
Because I do video. I'm going to try to unfreeze it here.
Wrong, man. That's why it's freezing. Because you ain't got the drop.
See if that worked.
Almost there, y'all. This is I didn't mean to do a part two.
And this is the main thing that I want to show you. Yeah. This, all the ancients believed in this. Yeah. This is the Iron Age, the Bronze Age, the Silver Age, the Golden Age. And this is the sun, and this is Sirius. And this is the MasterCard logo. I mean, you're looking at it. Here's the all-seeing eye.
Bang.
This is the time of enlightenment right here, the Golden Age. No. So when this sun comes, start moving towards this sun or star and this star. This is our sun. This is Sirius. When they start moving together, plus Sirius has Sirius B, which is amazing. Not even going to get into that, but
I'll get into it. I'll just say that you research that Dogon tribe and you already know Sirius B. They been knew about that. Hundreds, thousands of years before these people finally found Sirius B in Sirius. Now everybody's worshiping this crossing, this thing, right? This hijack. They say that that's where they people come from, Sirius B, right? So we got some more melanated people saying they come from some celestial place underneath the firmament, which is a lower heaven, which is not the upper heavens that you vibrate to by nature, not your tribe.
When these start coming together, this awakens the conscious mind. And this is the awakening of December 21st, 2012. It turned the curve and it's on its way. This is a perception.
Now, you see how he gives all the credit to this crossing as the awakening? You see the hijack is right there. This crossing, this celestial event is what wakes us up, not heya heya. I say heya wakes us up when it is designed, and the signs might be in the sky or are in the sky, but they are not what's causing this thing. What's causing it and putting this vibration in motion, this sound, is the word of heya, is the vibration of the consciousness that you are in. So if you're waking up in consciousness, you're only waking up to the consciousness you're in and vibrating inside of the consciousness you're in. You're no longer separate from the consciousness you're in. That is being conscious, not knowing what consciousness you're in. Brothers say, I'm conscious. Well, whose conscious are you in? My own. So you designed this place, right? No, that was Big Bang Theory. Evolution. God, no. You understand? They're saying all the same thing. Black power is white supremacy.
Session of 24,000 years. Right here. And in the days of Noah was right here. It was 24.
But what's Indian power? Oh, Indian power is real. See, they was fighting us Indians. They felt our power in 1638 when the Spaniards got booted out of America by the Maya. That's Indian power.
24,000 years ago. So don't let them lie to you about the days of Noah.
That's heya power.
The great flood.
Hey.
Here's the thing. It wasn't just a flood. It was pestilence. It was all kind of things in the days of Noah. So when these stars start coming together, then the mind starts awakening. And that's why they've been poisoning you. Food, toothpaste, water, oceans, air, chemtrails,
Okay.
radiation.
Okay.
Because it changes the vibrations of the human consciousness.
In the very beginning of this journey, what did we say? Tesla said it best. If you want to unlock the secrets of the universe, or I say, if you want to unlock the mystery of heya, think in terms of frequency, sound, and vibration. Frequency, sound, and vibration. Vibration, frequency, energy. Excuse me, I misquoted my man Tesla. He said think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Sound is energy, so you can add that to it in my remix. But if you want to unlock the secrets and the mysteries, you must think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. What did he just drop? Got a couple more minutes. What did he just drop?
Then the mind starts awakening. And that's why they've been poisoning you. Food, toothpaste, water, oceans, air, chemtrails, radiation, because it changes the vibrations of the human consciousness. So they're radiating.
And when they poison our black women's hair, our African American women's hair, what happens? So we're all under attack here. Our women are under attack. We're under attack. They're changing the consciousness of our women. That's why our women sometimes just are not vibrating with us, and we're not vibrating with them because our consciousness is being changed by the same thing. All right, man.
You to death.
All
Ionic
right,
heaters, microwave heaters, HARP, NexRad, Gwyn Towers. This is what's really happening to your soul. And when you watch TV, they're stealers of souls, because when these two things come together, there's only death in life. There's only two choices you can make, God or money. And you're either going to go to darkness or light, just like the movie Star Wars. And you're going to take one side. Now, most people are going to take money, right? Satan, evil, Set, call it whatever you want. But they're going to take the evil side, or they're going to be Judas Iscariot. And they're going to choose money over Jesus, right? Same thing. So there's only two choices in this age. That's it. And also, when all this stuff comes together, this is your global warming or your solar flares that they're talking about knocking out their infrastructure. Guys, you won't have electricity. You won't have cell phones. You won't have any of this stuff when these two stars come together. Everything will go back. And when all this stuff erases that's been controlling your mind and keeping you indoctrinated into this religion or Tower of Babel.
Indoctrinated into the religion or Tower of Babel? Jesus, Jesus, Jesus? Don't be indoctrinated into the religion or the Tower of Babel? Jesus, Jesus, Jesus? This represents the crossing or the original cross? Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. You see how hypocritical these people can be. How can it represent the Tower of Babel and religion and you still yelling Jesus? Hold on, let me plug my battery.
When these things come together, your mind is going to completely awaken, especially when they knock out all the cell towers and the dark side of the moon and all the frequencies.
So your mind right now is completely awakening, especially when we get away from the cell phone towers. Right? So right now you're starting to awaken. Let's get that back. I know I was putting my battery in. Trying to get a little more time with y'all.
And when all this stuff erases that's been controlling your mind and keeping you indoctrinated into this religion or Tower of Babel, when these things come together, your mind is going to completely awaken, especially when they knock out all the cell towers and the dark side of the moon and all the frequencies. The strongest frequency.
So when they knock out the frequencies, you wake up. When you get away from their frequencies, you wake up. Where should you go? What's the solution? Get away from their frequency. Go to your home.
Will be this. There's nothing will be stronger. That's why they keep building bigger and bigger and bigger HARP weapons.
Does that help me?
And
don't do that.
There's only two. I mean, you're going to die. When this happens, everybody's going to die. I don't believe, I mean, maybe one man will survive, Noah, whatever. I don't. You know, here's another thing you'll see. When you look at this dog star, here's the boat of Noah right
Daddy
here.
Daycare.
So here's the dog star right there. And here's your stars. And there's the boat.
Whoa. Pay attention.
So, I mean, this is, and you look at the Pope, he'll wear this sign right here.
Mm-hmm.
This is the awakening of the conscience. This is the hippocampus in the mind. So this is when Jesus comes to the mind of those who can see. He opens the eye. This is the all-seeing eye.
So Jesus has to come to get your eye open. The Creator can't even do that. The Creator can't come back and save you. The Creator can't open your eye. Everything you do, you got to do it in Jesus' name or His Son's name or Yahweh Shai or Yeshua or Yeshua. You sound all cute saying it, but you're just saying Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. There is no Hebrew version of this thing. This is war. You've been invaded, and this is a tool of war. And when you're free of it, when he's talking, you hear some drop coming, and then he hijacks it again. So you got to catch the babies and then let the hijack go. He's going to talk about Jesus and the Pope. But the drop is that the Pope is wearing this stuff to represent the celestial, just like the pyramids. Jesus ain't got nothing to do with this. Why does it keep throwing Jesus in it? Let's see it. He brings you no evidence of there being a Jesus, but everything's connected to Jesus. They bring you no evidence of you living on a round ball earth. You can't even get a live video feed from $1 billion NASA of your earth spinning. You've never seen your earth spin. You've never actually seen your earth. Every picture is a Photoshop painting. Straight up painting. CGI painting. Everything they give us is fake. Everything is fake. Everything is fake. They say left, go right. They say up, go down. They say down, go up. There you go. Then you have it. Let's get this one more time.
This dog star. Here's the boat of Noah right here. So here's the dog star right there. And here's your stars. And there's the boat. So, I mean, this is, and you look at the Pope, he'll wear this sign right here. This is the awakening of the conscience. This is the hippocampus in the mind. So this is when Jesus comes to the mind of those who can see. He opens the eye. This is the all-seeing eye right here. That's the hat. So you'll see this boat every...
I can't let it rock, man. I can't finish this. It's crazy. You got to think, where's he getting this from, right? He's getting this from Egypt, right? Where did Pythagoras and all them get this stuff? From Egypt, right? From these fallen angels, this mixture that was sunk in Atlantis already. and it set up shop in Kemet after it was destroyed here. That's when you get your Tutmosis III, 6th king of the 18th dynasty. Go back to the sinking of Egypt, 6-part series. Now, he's getting this from Egypt, all right? That this is representing that. He's kicking it with all this confidence. He's just getting it out of Egypt. Yet, Egypt itself was a hijack. So they're saying, oh, this is going to happen when these things happen. And yeah, that could be all true. But we know they're worshiping this stuff. They're worshiping their son. He showed you what son they worship. It ain't the one that you see. It's the one that's coming. And then that's called Wormwood in Revelations. Abaddon Apollyon in Revelation. The star falling down to collect the keys to the bottomless pit. This is angels, entities. They know what's going to happen to the angels coming back. And they know the Great Spirit is coming back. And if they don't know, now they know.
Well, here it is right here. You see them sailing on their boats. Because this is the symbol of the great flood.
Huh?
When the two stars align.
Oh! Right on time. Right on cue. I just said they shit was sunk already. So he just dropped saying that this is a symbol of the great flood, the one that sunk Atlantis, the one that sunk Egypt. Now we see it. Let's get it back. Jack, don't do me like that. Flapjack, scallywhack.
Who can see
go.
opens the eye. This is the all-seeing eye right here. That's
Okay.
the hat.
That's on the back of your
So
dollar.
you'll see this boat everywhere. Here it is right here.
Uh-huh.
You see them sailing on their boats.
Yeah.
Because this is the symbol of the great flood. When the two stars align.
When Atlantis was sunk.
This is
Egypt.
I mean, this is what they're talking about. When you go to all this ancient symbols,
Mm-hmm.
when you look at the pyramid, it lines right up with Sirius and the Orion belt. This is how they measure when this thing comes into their existence. This is one of the things that they did. Here's Isis right here. Here she is on the boat, and Sirius above her head.
Hey, keep your guard up, man. This is how they measure when this thing comes back. So they went through all this to measure when this thing comes back, or they went through all this to worship. Or the Pyramid of Giza, scientifically, with pitchforks and with pitch tuning devices, coming out at 440 hertz in the king's chamber. 440. The same slave vibration used today. Do you see the connection of vibration? Again, if you want to understand the secrets and the mysteries, you got to think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. You're a slave because you're in a slave vibration. But it has ended, which is what the Mayas tried to tell us December 21st, 2012. Right around the same time Lex started dropping. Right around the same time I started waking up. It's not about me, it's about you. I'm just saying, look at the signs, look at what's happening, look at where the drop originated. I'm not saying, oh, because you have been in the truth for 30 years, you've known the truth the whole time. No, you had maybe some drop, cool. But did you have the drop? I mean, if you didn't understand the Most High's name, did you have the drop? If you thought you were spinning on a ball, did you have the drop? If you thought you came from Africa, did you have the drop? If you knew nothing about the frequency that they were bombarding you with from the cell phone towers and your MP3 players and every single radio station, including satellite radio playing 440 hertz, did you have the drop if you didn't even understand vibration? Oh, but your elder said, oh, your camp member said, did you have the drop? Yes or no? Did you have the drop before 2013? Or in Lex Will's case, 2012. Because he had the drop on everybody. Nah, man, let's go. So, I mean, real talk, big up my family because I really appreciate what the king has done in my life. And I got to give it back, right? That's only fair. That's only right.
So you can keep seeing it here. Here's the Twin Towers. This is the gates of heaven and hell.
Bang.
And here's the dog star, Sirius, or Canis Majoris.
Ah, that's what I wanted to get. And I actually pulled up some drop on my phone. And it's not very difficult to just go like this. Matter of fact, that's a whole nother drop. I don't even want to do it. But research right now. Pull up Canis. Pull up Canis Majoris. Spell it Canis. Major. All right, that's the star system. Now you tell me, could Canis be named after Canaan? Right, in the Greek mythology, it's looking like I'm suffering through that, connecting that Poseidon is Canaan, and Poseidon's father is Zeus. And their little beef and scuffle took Poseidon over here, and he did what he did, and it was destroyed. And that's Atlantis being sunk. That's what the Egyptians are showing, because they are Atlanteans. There is no land really called Egypt. Metzri, those are real people. Egypt is no person. That's the hijack. Whenever they change your names, look for the hook. So could Canis? If the star system Canis is named after Canaan, then who are you? You must connect above those stars, right? Right. Canis, Canaan, Canis, Canaan, Canaanites. If Poseidon is Canaan, and he mixes energy with the indigenous people here, and they became the famous Canaanites, does that mean that the original Canaanites, you know what I'm saying, had that same frequency? Did the original Canaanites have the same frequency that they ended up having because of the mixtures and the leaven and the fallen angel Nephilim, which is Poseidon, which is Canaan? You know, like, was Poseidon originally created to be static? Was Zeus originally created to be static? No. They are not the devil. But they made covenants. And this is what you need to understand about the descendants of this energy, is that when your parents made covenants, it kind of falls on you. When our parents made covenants, it fell on us. So now it's falling on everybody else that has made covenants. But certain people's covenants are forever. It's got nothing to do with kingdrop. It's got to do with your people. And we're just trying to understand it. So research Canis Major, Canaan, Poseidon. Just type all that in Google. And you'll see what I got. All right. But I'm not going to go there right now. Canis Major, Canis, Canaan, Canaan, and then type in Poseidon and see where that links you. And let me know, because I ain't even tried. I ain't even looked yet, man.
I mean, you see it everywhere. Canis.
Canis
Major.
Canis Major.
You keep going on and on and on. And
on and on. Let go.
There's a bunch of them. Well, here's Canis Major. This is Sirius right here. And there's your fixed sign of the zodiac, the cross. He's got it hanging on his neck. Right.
Emerald tablets.
That's
tablet
really
8.
what the cross means. So.
Whoa.
Anyway, thanks for listening. I'm Frederick West. This is more signs that.
All right. He does have some drop, doesn't he? He just is completely hijacked, but he does have some drop. So you got the cross right there. We already knew the Ankh. Thoth already talked about the Ankh, how it saves you after, you know, you're taking your vibrational walk and you're doing your thing. And, you know, once you are out of your body, you have to stay far away from the barrier. If you go near that barrier, what barrier? The firmament. If you go near the firmament, the hounds of the barrier, or angels of the barrier, come after you in angles, because they move according to the geometry of a square, right? So they go in all these angles. It's very hard to get away from something moving in every angle, unless you create circles and circular patterns in which there are no angles. And that's what Lucifer is able to do to escape. That's what Thoth has to do to escape. But they said even Lucifer, the dweller, even the dweller has to be careful, because if he gets caught, his soul will be held till judgment day. And if Thoth or Ra or anyone else, Osiris, get caught, their souls are held till judgment day. I wonder how many got caught. So that's why they got to move in circles to circle the square in their sciences. It all comes together, and that represents the what? The crossing. All right? The crossing. So let's go from there to here. Dabu, shout out to Dabu 7, Kings to, you know what I'm saying? Shout out, even though I yell at him the whole time, but the Christian thing, but he got a lot of drops still. Frederick Wust. He's clearly German. Confederate roost, something like that, I think. So shout out to that. Check it out on your own. I'll leave a link. Here goes the Dabu drop.
We have new evidence now that ancient Earth had more than 2 magnetic poles. Most people familiar with the fact that we have a...
We got more evidence that ancient Earth has more than 2 magnetic poles. When you go back to the series World Beyond the Poles, the flat Earth stuff, then you'll understand that these people in this documentation that's being brought out in the World Beyond the Poles is showing that these poles are not where they're supposed to be or where they've been taught that they are. What we call the North Pole is really the central pole. The North and South Pole are both located relatively south of our plane, so to speak, either beyond the ice wall or before it, around Hawaii, around that area like that. It could be before and after, but they're both, one could be before the ice, one could be after the ice. All right, that's your North-South Pole. North ain't north, south ain't south. Honestly, if you go clockwise or counterclockwise, you're going east and west. If you spin clockwise or you spin counterclockwise, you're spinning east and west. So if I tell you, in order for you to time travel, you have to go straight east or west, could you also spin east and west to go? If I tell you got to go straight 40,000 kilometers to hit the space loop, and technically depending on going east or west, you're going back in time or in the future, according to space and time grid, according to the grid that was set up, the artificial grid. You can travel and do these different type of things according to the space and time that only exists on the clock underneath the firmament. Once you get off that watch high enough into the higher heavens above the firmament, you are not bound by space and time. But instead, you're born into sin. You're born into sine, S-I-N-E. You're born into space and time. And you're born into the slave vibration of this grid that was set up on you after you fell. It was set up a long time ago, man. Even before that. The Maya was telling you when the vibration will be released and we can come back home again, spiritually speaking, together. So both poles are both south of our plane, technically. Let's go.
North and a South Pole. And that our compasses point north. But it turns out that this arrangement was not always the case. We have new information coming to light saying that 500 million years ago to 1 billion years ago, something strange started to happen here with Earth's magnetosphere.
Billions of years? Nah.
They said that multiple poles suddenly sprang up across the globe, causing the planet's magnetic field to go haywire. And it very well could have caused life on Earth to be thrown into utter disarray. Now, they're trying to explain this away as a process inside of the Earth.
See, it's either the celestial, something happening, the crossing that makes our enlightenment, or some type of other magnetic event that caused the chaos. God just can't exist to these people, but then they go scream Jesus, Jesus all day, Christian all day, but they just can't see Haya when it's right in front of their face. Haya couldn't cause disarray, this magnetic pole shift could. Haya couldn't cause the enlightenment, the celestial crossing could. See how these idols come and form a hijack from your direct energy transfer flow.
At the time, where the core was just cooling, turning solid, in the way that the molten lava is spinning around the core, this is what is giving us our 2 poles. Now, they don't have any explanation for what was spinning up all the rest of the poles. And if you look back through history, there have been pole shifts. There is a difference between physical pole shift here on the planet and the magnetic poles, which have reversed many times.
No, we're not on a planet. We're on a plane. So there's not a physical Earth flipping around and flip. The Earth doesn't move. The Most High told you that 1,000,000 times that we are firm, fixed, and immovable. So stop talking about we shifted physically. No. This has to do with magnetism. It has to do with energy, frequency, and vibration. Let's go.
Now, if this pole reversal was to take place again, would we see other small poles popping up here and there? It's yet to be seen. if an object was inbound from deep space approaching the sun and our Earth, would it also affect the poles and everything else? Yes, it would, as well as affecting other planets. But they try to explain this away here as a process of the Earth cooling in its core and then stabilizing. But that one little time frame, that one event, can explain this happening other times, the pole reversals and everything else. They can't say that it was going from liquid to solid, liquid to solid. They can say whatever they want. I'm just here to tell you that with the information they're putting out here, they're trying to make it seem more like it is something within the Earth, which they could show us no proof of. No solid proof, just theory. The core of this Earth. Because they've never been there. And until they can prove that, everything is just theory. But, once again, so many times they lead people down the path with a bunch of half-truths. My thing is, could there be something more to this? So, interesting story here about the history of the magnetic poles. Wanted to share it with you. We are seeing the North Pole taking a run in a direction, in moving far more than what the South Pole is at this point. It is in motion, and I'll continue to update on things like that as time goes by. Till then, this has been Dabu7. Peace.
Alright. So we're going to end it like this. I am turning right now to the book of Daniel. If you have your sword out, get that sword. Alright. And now that we can apply this sword, this word, to sound. Right? When the Most High gave his word, everything is formed. When you see the semantics experiments, when the Most High puts that sound in something, it forms something. When you raise the frequency, it forms another pattern. This frequency will be raised the same way it was formed with sound. Sound is going to put us into another pattern. But the sound is in the frequency of Heya, and you better be too. And calling on a hijack ain't going to get you there. Calling on your creator will get you there. And it's very simple. It's not complex. Call on the creator. The whole point of this entire platform is to get my people to call on the creator, and anybody that wants to be on this earth with my people to call on the creator. Through music, hopefully that can help the vibration. I want to put this music in the schools. I want to, you know what I'm saying, create a nice 24-hour, 24/7 platform for people to get different types of music. Go into the vibration suites, whatever vibe you're in, mahogany, you know what I'm saying, the mimosa joint, you know what I'm saying, the jazz suite, you go to the reggae suite, the love suite. I need help building these things, you know what I'm saying. Pretty soon I'm going to switch the platform to something else. So, to where it could be more accessible to more people. So that's my vision. That's the vision Heya has given me, and you are helping that every day just by, being in this vibration is helping that. And again, thanks to everybody signing up for Drop VIP, because surely that's helping. Because even if we just do your 5 favorite songs every month, all right? Even if we just do these 5 favorite songs, let me get this out of the way. All right. Shout out to Chef Candy. She's back in action. No more daddy daycare, man. So I can sit down. Hold up, man. Man, my legs, man. But I took the time to get this drop out today. Let's get to you. Whoa, hello. All right, man. So I know it's a lot, man. We all gotta chill. It's hot. The water's done. I've been dropping so long. My smoothie's gone. All I got is you right now. We can't call on the hijack to get us there. We gotta return to our old ways. Above the celestial underworld. It's under the firmament. It's under your natural vibration. There wouldn't one day be no more separation. So we need to start vibrating and doing those things that are being done. The Sabbath has been kept in the heavens, high heavens, by the 2 highest orders of angels. In the book of Jubilees, it breaks it down. Before it was given to us as a gift to remind us and be in the vibration with that which is happening above the firmament. And those are people supposed to come to us and say, damn, y'all got the drop, y'all got the order, how do we get in order? But instead, they infiltrate our communities and they hijack us every day. We already are screwed up, but they still want more. They want our talent, they want our frequency, they want our service. And one day is enough, you know. One day we got to serve ourselves, serve our Creator. Serve our Creator, serve our community, man. We build our brothers up. Are we not building up Heya? If I build up, you know what I'm saying, my brother that Heya loves, am I not building up Heya? So yeah, we serve our community, then we're serving our Father. We're honoring our father and mother. We're honoring Heya Heya. You know what I'm saying? All that is established. I am that I am. You already got the drop. So let's do our dismount right here in the book of Daniel. Like I said, get it out, turn to it, all that. I'm in the Sefer, so I gotta find out where this, you know, everything's shuffled and it's a big book, thousands of pages. I gotta find the book of Daniel. Can you find it? Where's the book of Daniel? Where's the book of Daniel in this thing? All right, got it. Whoa, here we go. Ready for our dismount. I'm in Daniel. Here we go. Turn to chapter 12. Let's go. All right. Chapter 12. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which stands for your children of your people. What does Lex will say? Why don't y'all call on Michael? I mean, he's the great prince that stands for the Most High's children. He's personally involved and responsible for you. I mean, if you're going to call on Jesus, call on Michael. Nah. Right? So everyone call on the Creator. Everyone call on Heya. And Michael will come by order. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince stands, which stands for your children, your people, for their time. For there shall be a time of trouble. We're in it. Such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. There's going to be a time of trouble. And at that time your people shall be delivered. He's talking to Daniel. Everyone that shall be found written in the Sefer, the book. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. Everlasting. And they that shall be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament. Your vibration. And they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever. So you turn your people, you tell them to worship the Creator, go back home, follow their commandments, don't kill, don't steal, honor the father and mother, keep a day holy. And they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever. But you, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the Sefer, even to the time of the end. All right, so the Mayans knew 2012 it will be the beginning, because it's a new beginning. We're out of the vibration now. It's been a couple years. We're really starting to get it now. This is the time of the end. O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the Sefer, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. Knowledge shall be increased. At the time of the end, knowledge shall be increased. Knowledge shall be increased. So don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of the drop. The drop is this. 12 chapter 4. Daniel 12 chapter 4. That's the drop. It's the increase of information, of knowledge that's happening all through our community. We're not all separating it. We're tying it together. We're saying, Kwam Yashua, rise, Israel, rise. Rise, family, rise. Wake up. All of my melanated family need to get in order. It's not just our one, tribe, but that's the order. That's the order. This heritage is the order here. You don't like it, then you find your own earth with your own Creator. But there is a Creator. He exists. Hey,